So you don't make a lot of money from winning. So then you have to try and make it elsewhere. So you're spending tons of money on these salaries. So what do? In some esports orgs, they get really shady, in my opinion, and they start taking from their players' revenue on stream. I don't know how common this is anymore, but when we first got in here, that seemed to be pretty common. So the org actually takes a percentage of their stream revenue in order to try and make some of that money back, which I think is fucked up. But that was another way that they tried to monetize the esports scene. And that still isn't a ton, because the streamers, they're still making the lion's share. The org's getting a percentage of that, and they're still paying tons of money for the salaries and all of the teams built around them. So what else do? Well, they try merch. Merch is usually pretty good, but it's not the hardest hitting because not too many people are running around with. We'll just use what's a good one. I don't want to do phase. I'm trying to think of a more like less. We'll say G2. Like merch is good for G2, but no one's buying tons of G2 merch every single time. Plus, the players promoting it, like it doesn't feel genuine most of the time. And as like a viewer, you're not going in there like listening to one of the players talk about the merch and be like, oh, he's talking about it because he really likes it. It's a contractual obligation, and everyone knows that. So they're not super interested in just buying it based on that. So there's just not many ways that these teams are bringing in big money. And they're paying so much on the salaries and the travel and all of the verticals they had to build around it just to make it function. So it's just been a super tricky space for all of them. That's why everyone's constantly hemorrhaging money in esports. Sponsors help, for sure, because it's at least something guaranteed, but it's still just not enough to offset the massive costs. Thanks to Tier 1 Antonio, and the resub Happy and Maury. Esports merch, what was that? I missed it. It was something like esports merch should be sleek and with a small logo and look good. That's what we believe as well. That's why our Moist Esports shit just looks really good on its own. You'd never know that it's Moist Esports or anything gaming related, except for the jersey, obviously. The jersey is very clearly a jersey, but like the tracksuit and shit is just something you can wear everywhere and no one would have any idea. Because it just looks good. Feels good. Thanks to the Prime, Happy, and the Give Sub Slam, and the Resub Tex. So yeah, every esports org except for like 2 are hemorrhaging money. And all the others, like, it's a weird space.
I mean, imagine if I had swipe bidets and then I had a team of 10 creators that I worked with all the time and they all sold swipe bidets individually. We'd get a lot of buttholes clean in the new year. So it makes sense. And don't just take my word for it. Let's look at the most popular Twitch teams by hours watched. Obviously, G Fuel at the top. They have 671 creators. XQC's org, he's up top there. Loaded, they have a bunch of big creators. And OTK's 4th. They're 4th with only 14 people, and a couple of their creators barely streamed over the past year for reasons we're going to get into. Now, I haven't made any videos about OTK because, well, none of the individual pieces felt substantial enough to talk about for longer than a couple of minutes.
I thought it looked good deep.
But enough has happened over the past year, and especially with the update last night that ended the investigation on Mizkif, that I feel like we can talk about it all today. Now, we're going to get to the investigation with Mizkif at the end, but first, let's do things in order with what started off their terrible month of December, and it involves another one of their founders, Rich Campbell. Now, Rich Campbell, if you don't know, is a esports host turned streamer who did a lot of maybe the more business side of things behind OTK, and one of the people
Blood
that
reacting
he used
to you,
to be in a
reacting to
relationship
him.
with
Hey!
on Twitter, dropped a tweet longer.
Hope you're having a great stream, big guy. Hope you're well. Thanks to the resub, Wubsy. I was just getting into the weeds of what it's like to be in the esports space. I was giving everyone a little conference meeting on what it's like to do nothing but lose money in esports, but have a lot of fun doing it. Thanks to the resub, Purple Fox. How long has Moist been around? A year and 4 months now. Thanks to the resub, Lee Tui. And the Prime Rigby. there going to be God Slap merch anytime soon? There is. If you'd like a brand new Machinima laptop bag, I'd give you my old one. Nah, you can keep that or throw it away, really, honestly. Esports needs sponsors. Nope, esports has tons of sponsors. It's just still not enough to make up for the massive cost and salaries and all of the people that are required to make teams and run the orgs. Like shit, TSM has who is it? Chevrolet? Fuck. Mercedes? Like every major car brand is in the esports scene right now. I said this before. Moist Esports almost got Jaguar. I always exaggerate that, but they were interested for like a day. But like the thing is, most big car brands are in esports. Like that's not an issue, but it's still just not enough to offset the huge costs. It's the Prime Junie, Ali in the resub, Salaya, Liam, Banjo, Cyclone, and Tier 1 Bottle. You have to think about, I see people keep comparing it to sports, like how does sports make money? Well, there's an obvious difference between sports and esports. When you own a sports team, how do you think you're making the most amount of money? Ticket sales, to go watch your team play. The beauty of esports is you don't have to go anywhere to watch them. You go on Twitch, you go on YouTube, and you watch them for free. Like, you're not selling tickets. It's a totally different landscape. TV contracts as well. Yeah, it's so different. And I guess merch, because sports has been around for so long, it's like cool to wear sports merch. That's fair. Esports isn't there yet. Like, no need to pretend that it is. Esports isn't on the same level as normal sports merch yet. But yeah, tickets is still a huge part. TV contracts still a huge part, obviously. It's the resub Rager and Arctic. And yeah, I know about Elemental. Tickets is drops in the bucket. Okay, I think in the grand scheme of things, when it comes to big sports, yes, tickets are not their number one cash cow for it, but it is significantly more than esports has when it comes to like steady revenue. There are so many other ways of monetizing like traditional sports than esports right now. And that's what a lot of people are now learning after getting in the space.
About a terrible experience she had with Rich. And I really recommend you read this on your own, because I think it states how she feels about it more clearly and everything that happened more clearly. But I'm going to read you two excerpts. I'm not here to sleep with you, and I do not want that. That is Lexi to Rich Campbell when they were hanging out at Rich's place. And then Rich replied, by jerking off in front of her while continuing to talk about her getting pregnant and then begging her to have sex with him. After she said no, he continually attempted to take her clothes off. She kept saying no, and at the very end, he rolled her over and put himself inside of her and finished unprotected. That was hard to read. But it is a clear picture of sexual assault, rape, just outright. Now, Rich hasn't replied to this yet, but there were a lot of text messages that backed up them being together at that exact moment, him asking her to come over, etc., and it ended off with a text from him to her right after it ended with the same timeline saying, "You okay?" So I believe the account. You can wait for Rich Campbell's statement, which hasn't come out yet, but it's pretty clear that OTK also believes the statement, or at least is concerned enough about it that they instantly, and I mean instantly, dropped him. Within like hours of the statement coming out, he was booted from OTK,
it was sub 3 hours. It was a little speed run, honestly.
The founders of it, and they kicked him out. So that was a terrible thing to happen. But the next week, the troubles didn't end for OTK as a whole, because they lost a huge part of their organization. Jay Schlatt. Now, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to tell you the value that Jay Schlatt has on the YouTube algorithm. He's one of my most viewed videos on pretty much every single one of my channels, and he's part of the reason why Mogul Mail even exists today, because the weekly slap is what inspired me originally. And he mutually agreed to leave OTK. Now, it might not seem like a big hit because, he's not much of a streamer. He doesn't stream too often.
But he's a huge content
creator.
People
didn't even know he was in OTK. But if you look at OTK's YouTube channel, that has almost 600,000 subscribers, that was built by Jay Schlatt. Let's just take a look at the top 10 most viewed videos. 9 of them.
Well, you can even just look at the
involving
newest
Jay Schlatt.
videos. Every single
He's
one
like
of them has Jay
13
Schlatt.
of the top 15. He
He's a tier 1 soap.
OTK
Pogs in
YouTube,
green.
and I think that's a big thing to lose. And then the week after that,
Danny.
which was actually just last night, we finally got the end to the investigation on Mizkif over the alleged sexual assault cover-up involving his best friend at the time, Crazy Slick. And now, if you don't know, this was basically a third-party law firm that OTK hired to investigate Mizkif, to which a lot of people, I think, understandably were upset about. They're like, okay, well, aren't you just investigating yourself? But who is supposed to do the investigation? If there were no charges filed by the police and they aren't doing an investigation, it's not like someone's going to magically get up and do it. You kind of have to hire someone to try to absolve yourself. But even if we just ignore the entirety of the investigation, I think it's pretty safe to say that a lot of the allegations made in the original tweet by Trainwreck were outright false. I covered this in a video I made yesterday called I Lied, but if we just go over it one more time again, there was no blackmail.
Cody in the prime
Not an iota of blackmail was seen. When Train said, are you going to send Maya and Mitch to
kind of backpedal real quick, though, I don't think anyone was, like, initially talking about OTK investigating themselves, because they did immediately make it clear they were sending it off to the Jackson Walker LLP, or a third-party investigation firm. I think the reason why people are saying that now is because they didn't publicize the results. Of course, I haven't finished the video yet. I wonder if Ludwig has the same take on it that I do. But I think it's a huge disservice to take something so public and then privatize the information that was found. It makes it very hard to take their word for it and trust everything was done fairly, over the board, everything treated equally, and reaching this conclusion. I just think this needed to be public. You can redact personal information so no one's safety is at risk, but just letting people see the general evidence that was collected, and then people can make their own decisions on how to feel about it and where to go from there, and whether or not OTK is making the right decision by bringing Mizkif back. It's just a huge misstep by not putting out like a PR statement from Jackson Walker as opposed to an OTK statement. I think that's why people are saying they investigated themselves and found themselves guilty of no wrongdoing or whatever.
To say that as the one thing that did age really poorly in that was pretty bad of Mizkif, aka this clip. Well, let's just play my reaction here.
Single person that we used to hang out with that doesn't hang out with Slick anymore because of what happened. I actually think there's literally none. Because the reality is, worst comes to worst of it, it's fucking like sexual harassment, right? I mean, like who, like,
man, this is deep. Blood.
Sexual harassment, whatever.
Jesus Christ.
Now, this was a clip from Miz that was on his alt stream that didn't sound so nice in the moment. And this is what I said about it.
At a low scale, it's not really a big deal.
It's like going to a carnival into that house of mirrors.
This is Miz speaking way too candidly and way too stupidly about sexual
Back to
assault,
Lud1?
saying it's low scale, like there's a tier list that we have to drop every year on what sexual assault we need to rank S tier, what sexual assault we need to rank F tier.
And I lambasted him a bit for
Back
that
to Lud2?
comment because it was, pertaining to sexual assault, which is like a big deal. But I was wrong. He wasn't talking about sexual assault at the time. It was only known that Crazy Slick, his roommate at the time, sexually harassed Adriana. That's based off her words. Listen to this.
I've only recently figured out and found out, especially without sitting, that it's sexual assault.
So I feel like that covers it. I'm just playing that clip again because it is totally coincidental that I happened to upload that video yesterday or 2 days ago, and then they did this announcement yesterday. Obviously, I've no clue that this was coming. Otherwise, it would have been great to just wait a day, and that would have covered it. But yes, rehashing a lot of the original claims of Mizkif covering up sexual assault don't seem to be true. What is true, and what OTK did punish him for, were his actions on his comeback stream October 11th, which demonstrated a lack of empathy and ignorance towards the seriousness of the situation. Now, I never made a video about this. I never really talked about this, so a lot of you might not know. But after
he had a really awful fucking
the initial
comeback
apology
stream
that Mizkif made on Twitter, he kind of went radio silent for a while. He didn't stream for a long time, and then he suddenly was like, I'm going to come back and I'm going to stream. Fine.
And it was also after redoing that apology on Twitter 5 times and every time missing like the actual problem with it. It was rough. Like that whole series there was an absolute disaster. Like an absolute disaster. Thanks to the resub Levi, Ben, and the Prime Nut, and the 10 gift subs JJ. Appreciate it, man. Thanks for the big drop. I hope you're having a great New Year's. The resub Phil, Lambo, and Max Alive, and Quick Draw. And the Prime Malos.
That's up to him. You know, the investigation wasn't over. It was going a while. He missed streaming. But his comeback stream was, to put it lightly, embarrassing. It started with an hour of him basically stalling because Hassan and XQC were both reacting to him to try to see what he was going to say about the investigation and what he was going to say about the entire situation.
Jesus, 2022.
And Mizkif, in response to this, played Super Mario 64 and said, I'm going to keep playing until you guys stop watching me. And they didn't. So then he eventually ponied up, and then he said, I have no news. Which by itself would just be like, you know, kind of embarrassing. But then he also had this moment, which was really just dumb.
No matter what, dude. One of my things.
Now, this is a tattoo artist who talks about how good he is at cover-ups, specifically with bad tattoos.
I am a master at cover-ups and reconstruction.
Me too, for 4 years.
Excuse me?
I think this will not look good like this. Like, let's.
That's
good
tough.
one.
He also pulled up this video of sexual harassment is illegal. It was just kind of tone deaf. I don't think he had a plan going into the stream. And although it doesn't seem like anything involving a sexual assault cover-up was true, it is true that he made an inappropriate joke about sexual harassment and that he had some unsavory clips and like random calls.
Thanks again, J-Fish. Appreciate it, man.
Generally, I just don't think handled it as well as he could have or should have. And I think it's pretty clear that my boy Stans had the better path of what you should do in that position.
And you just go, hey, chat, I've been gone for 3 weeks thinking about everything that's happened. There's an investigation going on, so I can't say anything about it. I hope to give you guys the truth, but in the meantime, I am out of OTK on whatever. I'm going to be streaming like normal so I can make money to pay my rent for the next after this, but today I'm going to leave. I hope I can share more information with you soon. And then you turn off stream. That's it. Literally, that's it.
That's ridiculous, Stans. That doesn't make any sense. You can't get any farming done in that way. Preposterous. Preposterous. Stans once again showcasing that not only was he not God's gift to boxing, he's not God's gift to PR. Ridiculous. Stans. Laughable.
Guy, he's someone who I go to for a lot of the things that I need to do. In response, again, to Miz acting inappropriately during the stream and in the wake of all the drama, OTK has decided
if you're here,
to
Stans, fucking love you,
remove
man.
his board duties effective immediately and place him on monitored probation, which is basically just them saying, hey, we're going to punish him because we acknowledge that it was bad, but we're not going to kick him off. And I think, honestly, if Mizkif wasn't such an important piece of OTK for the first year and a half of its creation, I mean, every big stream was on his channel. He was really carrying the org on the live stream front. He probably would have been kicked off. Straight up.
100%.
If he wasn't that valuable, they probably would have booted him for just how he handled it. Because if there's a clear goal with OTK here, and it is to remove the bad connotations for the bad things that have happened with some of the org's founders from the org's like idea in public conscious. But basically trying to clean up their image, right, to put it simply. But I'm going to make a prediction right here. Because although it's been a hell of a year and an even worse month, I think OTK has a bright future. And it's not because of Mizkif. It's not because the other streamers on it, but it's because the people running it. Now, I know Tips. I know he's a good dude, and he's someone who came in clutch for me when I was running my Smash event and my chess boxing event by helping out, by sponsoring with Starforge.
He is a great guy.
And I know he's got a good head on his shoulders. He's a smart guy, and I think he'll take the org good places. And he's joined by Zach Diaz, another guy who I know is a super good dude who worked at TikTok and Twitch. So barring any other drama and barring these two guys leaving the org, I think OTK will probably stick around, although they will always have a bit of a stained reputation with some, and that's just a battle that time will defeat. And that's about it. I think that covers pretty much everything. Let me know your thoughts, and thanks for watching. All right, subscribe. All right, see you later. Goodbye. That's pretty much it. That happened to the OTK. Don't start an esports org. And honestly, content teams,
hey,
it's there's a risk in working with a lot of people because you have to count on those people to be good people. But you never know who's a good person. I could be a bad person. Don't trust anyone, except for people you love. All right.
Okay. Overall, a great recap. Again, I still 100% think this was a mishandling of not publicizing the investigation results. You don't need to get into the specifics if it puts anyone's safety at jeopardy. This was a very public problem. You can't have the evidence that was collected be private, because now no one's ever going to believe it, including me. I have a very hard time believing it. I would like to see everything. I don't know what the truth of the situation was, which is why I'd like to see what's available so I can make my own informed decision on what likely happened and what went on, and who better to get that from than the fucking Jackson Walker LLP third-party investigation unit turbo survival training force. Like, I would like whatever they collected to reach this conclusion to look at myself, to reach my own conclusion. So hopefully, like, I don't think it's too late to release it. They absolutely can. Be like, hey, upon further reflection, we feel it's in the community's best interest so you can see everything that we have about this situation, and everyone can make their own opinion and form their own conclusions on, where to go from here. Like, I don't think it's too late. They can absolutely still release it. And I think that would be extremely beneficial, not only for OTK, but legitimately everyone. So hopefully they'll do that at some point. Thanks to Tier 1 Buckeye. The resub Nomi, Filth, Oakley, Sleepy, Stubu, and the Prime Trippy. I think most people already have their minds made up, guilty or not, regardless of evidence. That's a pretty defeatist look. Right now, there is no evidence from this investigation. The most unbiased investigation, I imagine, since it's a third party, and they didn't provide any evidence to contribute to this, so of course everyone already still has their minds made up. But if they release this evidence, there's a chance it could change mind. If there's good evidence, good collection of data and everything, but they didn't provide it. So everyone's still in the exact same headspace with the exact same information that we had 2 months ago. To be honest, there was no evidence from the original accusation either. You can get into the weeds of the entire thing if you want. It's of course going to boil down to individuals. I'm talking about on a broad scale. This is an organization whose entire fucking purpose for existing is investigating. They collected evidence on this case, provide it to the public, since this was all public, and then everyone can once again make their own conclusions on it. It's not going to change everyone's mind. It might not change anyone's mind, but at least it's complete. Then you have everything. And then you can make your informed conclusions on it. The middle ground take? It's not a middle ground take. I think that's just a common sense take. I don't know why I just keep fucking repeating myself here. I feel like one of Taylor's streams right now talking about rockin' and rollin'. It is a public issue that had occurred. Why keep all of the evidence private? You can redact information that's sensitive and puts people at risk and release the general findings publicly and let everyone look at it. It's just, I think that's very, very easy. I have a hard time looking at this and just believing everything was great. He was innocent on everything that they investigated. However, if they provided the evidence and I could go through it, maybe I'd see it and be like, oh, it turns out he truly was innocent on everything. And this Discord call was misunderstood, or this stream moment was misunderstood. Possible? Like, the point is just having it so I can see and make my own decisions on it. Thanks to the Prime, TB, and the resub Juicy, Flamin', and Krusty, and Hamison. That's all I'm saying. If you're at the point where you're going to doubt findings from Jackson Walter, you're probably not going to believe the report. Again, it might not change everyone's mind, might not change anyone's mind. I just think it's important to have for the complete picture on everything. Of course, I think the history of Twitter has shown us people will disregard things that don't fit with what they want to believe. I think that's very obvious. So, of course, even if the evidence 100% confirms Miz was totally innocent, in fact, he wasn't even in Austin at the time, people would still ignore that. But maybe there's things there where they're like, oh, this is still a little sketchy, because even in this statement, they say that there's not enough evidence to confirm that he was guilty of anything. So maybe someone sees it and they were on the fence initially and they're like, this is still very sketchy to me. I just don't know if I can really move on from this and watch Miz the same anymore. I think it's just important. Thanks to resub Chase, Brycer, and Mad Hat. The Prime, Ramen, and Mom. The resub JJ and Turtles. Biggest issue is that horrible comeback stream. Well, the stream is objectively horrible. His comeback stream was very, very tasteless and very, very bad. Yeah. But I don't think that's the biggest issue. Again, the whole situation was a big issue. And just, I think, for the millionth time, this team should have a statement out from their investigation about what they found and everything that was collected. They found nothing, that's their statement. Well, then let's hear it from them. This was the worst investigation we've ever been handed. We couldn't find anything. Sorry, guys. Literally just anything from Jackson Walker I would like to see in regards to this investigation. Thanks to the resub Royal and Chip. Love your tattoos. Thanks, Mom. Appreciate that. I'm going to be tattooing Aaron on stream in like, I don't know. We still don't have a date. Sometime in January. Thanks to Prime CJ. Thanks to resub Mary. And the resub Chocobo. Hold on. Someone said new tweet here. Let me see. Nope, it's still just the same Logan Paul shit. I don't know why people keep saying Logan made a new tweet. What's the point? Why are you lying to me? Why go on here and tell lies to me like that? It takes me 2 seconds just to see it's a lie. Thanks a gift sub Trill. And the resub Sage mode. Yeah, Jackson and I are playing Destiny 2, grinding to finish Witch Queen. Nothing yet, IQ. Thanks to resub Lobster. Yeah, I already talked about the serial killer being found. The Idaho killer. Thanks a gift sub Easy. Is that a serial killer? The guy who killed the 4 students, does that technically make him a serial killer? Yeah, we talked about that guy. Makes him a spree killer? Ooh, chat's kind of divided. Regardless, psychopath, piece of shit, he was caught. And was helped get caught thanks to a Reddit post he made, so that's kind of wacky. Thanks for resub Sweden and Krushank. Yeah, dude made a Reddit post talking about it. Well, not talking directly about what he did, but indirectly discussing what he did on the old Ask Reddit. Or, no, what was the subreddit? The Criminal Minds subreddit or something? Something like that. Thanks to Prime Ham. Thanks to resub Mishi. And the resub Party. And Andrew. You gonna try the Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 raid when it comes out? No. Thanks to Prime Profile Bum. The resub Obscure. And the resub Skyrat. Jeremy Renner almost died. What? How? What happened? After a weather-related accident while plowing snow. Holy shit. He's in critical condition. What the fuck? He'd been airlifted to a hospital. I'm assuming while plowing snow, he like slipped, fell, and hit his head. It's like the only thing I can think of. God damn. Thanks a resub erect. Or the plow ran over him. Also possible. Man, this reminds me of a long time ago. I don't know how many of you remember this. I can't remember the actor's name now, but he was a big actor, and he was just starting to blow up on the scene. He was in, like, Star Trek. He was in Terminator Salvation. And he had a freak death. I think he was taking his garbage down, and then, like, the wind blew the garbage can at him. He tripped, and then he caught his head on the automatic gate as it was closing, and it, like, decapitated him internally. Yeah, Anton. That was so fucking sad. It was a fucking freak death. His Jeep crushed him? No. Wasn't it the, he's the one that had the gate crush him, I thought. Am I mixing him up with somebody else? Let me see. Did I get that one wrong? Cause... Oh, no, you're right. He was the one with the Jeep, yeah. He was pinned between his Jeep and a brick pillar gate post outside his house. I knew it was a freak accident, but I must have got him mixed up with someone else. The vehicle rolled back down his driveway, which was a steep incline, and trapped him against the pillar and security fence. Fucking horrifying. Who are you talking about? Anton Yelchin. He was for a while a big actor. He was in a lot of movies very quickly. I liked his work. I thought he was very good in all the movies he was in. There's a prime coal and blades and the resub pooping and fragile and fingers. You give sub bubs and hippie. And thanks to the resub noodles. What was he in? Well, like I just said, Star Trek, Terminator, Salvation. He was in quite a few other ones here, just like looking here. He was in Fright Night remake. I don't even remember they made a new Fright Night. Yeah, he was in a lot in a very short period of time. GamesDoneQuick is running Amok Runner. I thought they did that yesterday. Wasn't it supposed to be on Saturday? Because they asked me to be a part of it, but I couldn't yesterday. Yesterday was like the only day I couldn't. Is that today? No, JMac told me. Did I misread it? I thought you said Saturday. I must have misread it. What the fuck? Well, that's unlucky. Yeah, I just couldn't do Saturday. No, it says the run is on Saturday, 10:30 p.m. EST. So it must have got changed. Okay. No, I didn't fuck up. Yeah. I couldn't do Saturday. Well, that's cool, though. Oh, and they got his... Thanks for the resub, Enzo. Cock Skip changed everything. Oh yeah, for those that don't know, there's now a new skip called Cock Skip, which is really nice. I don't remember if the world record run uses Cock Skip or not. Let me see. It does, so this is Cock Skip.
She talked about the train station. I guess I should go there.
Yeah, it's significantly better than the one I showed you guys the other night, which was Fisherman Skip. I watched someone attempt that skip for over 30 minutes. That's nothing. Distortion had a 16-hour stream yesterday of doing nothing but Fisherman attempts. And then today, Cock Skip was found and consistent. 30 minutes, that's nothing. But yeah, Cock Skip's cool. So that changed the entire start. I don't think he uses Mansion Skip here, but that's another one Distortion's been like trying to pioneer. So since a lot of the time loss is just from driving, there's a cool glitch you can do with the cart where you hit some rocks and it launches you to Mansion, but it's not super consistent yet. But we're starting to get something interesting cooked up with Amok Runner. We just need a couple big skips. Like a way to get past Crane consistently. To skip Crane would be huge. And then maybe skipping puzzles in a way. I was trying to, on my own, find glitches where you could like kind of clip and grab items without having to do the puzzles. So for example, when you get to the mansion, instead of doing the Morse code, I was trying to find ways to just go right to the safe and clip in slightly so I could grab the, God, whatever the fuck it is, the key or whatever. But I couldn't quite figure it out myself. Thanks to the tier 1 Red Phantom and the Prime Plat and the resub TJ. And the 10 gift subs Trippy. Thank you for that, Trippy. Appreciate the big drop. I am going to start doing runs pretty soon. Thanks to Prime Luna. I think those are really good starting games, Spider. I feel like from there, just going for like narrative games is probably the way to go. Maybe try something cool like Dead Space. Ooh, Dead Space would be cool. Thank you for the 25 gift subs, Smokey. Good to see you, man. I hope you're having a wonderful New Year's. Thank you for the fat drop. Appreciate the generosity. God damn. And thanks to the resub, Kanuki. Have you seen the Mario Odyssey minimum captures? Yeah, I've seen most of the Mario Odyssey categories. Thanks for the gift sub, Manic. Check out the murder of Andrew Dawson was killed for looking into a cover-up. We went down that rabbit hole one night. That was an interesting one. Thanks for the gift sub. Dank Nasty and Tier 1 Kin in the Prime Chicken. Resub Birdie. Oh, nice. Glad you like it, Bert. Thanks to the Prime Gears. And the Bitsmac. It's a good place to find up-to-date speedruns for Amok. Just on the speedrun.com leaderboard. And the Discord has all the up-to-date finds and everything. There's a Tier 1 Pinky and Resub Shadow. And Tier 1 Jim. The Prime Clumsy. And Shinigami. Watch the documentary on Tony Bicycle. Tony Bicycle. This is an RP documentary? Nice. Why not tonight though, man? Thanks for 5 gift sub gears. Appreciate it, man. Thanks to the Prime, Ethan. You hear about the Pope dying? Or something like that. I mean, what do you mean, or something like that? Yeah, the Pope died. Pope Benedict the 50th or whatever. Yeah, I heard. I thought he just resigned or something. No, he did. He resigned straight out of this mortal coil. Thanks to resub Crispy. Did I hear about the dev of Stalker? No, what happened? Are they trying to bring NFTs to Stalker again or something? They're not letting that go. What's going on? Maybe Tier 1 Ethu. He died in... Oh, I feel fucking terrible. Oh, I thought... You set that up like it was going to be goofy news. That's terrible. Oh my god, that sucks. Damn, that fucking sucks. Here's a Tier 1 Mitt and the resub Big J and the Prime Dirty. Man, that made me sad to hear. Fuck, man, that's awful. It's a Tier 1 May and Tier 1 Backyard. The resub Bafer. Oh, here. Okay, here. Yeah, I did see that. Did you see the Michigan quarterback's dad copping a feel on national TV? I saw that floating around on Reddit. That was pretty goofy. Yeah, apparently that was his son's girlfriend too. So they all celebrate, and she turns around, and the guy's like, kind of getting little like touches and like squeezes on her tuchus. Let me see if I can still find that. His son's got to be pissed. That's got to be so embarrassing too on TV, in front of God and Michigan football fans. Where's the video at? It's not on the front page anymore. Oh, here it is. Touching ass of son's girlfriend on TV. What a title. He gives it a little slap. Yep. Nice one, Dad. Whee! Michigan! Thanks to the bits punk, the anonymous gift sub. Did I hear about an event called... No. Never heard of that one. Is that like history? Like wrestling history punk? Really wasn't that bad. What the fuck? Like, yeah, of course you didn't go like squeezing and sniffing and everything, but yeah, that's still fuck. That shit is so weird. Especially knowing that that's his son's girlfriend and it's on TV. Like, it's still not. Still slyly copping a feel is fucking weird regardless. The fuck do you mean? But yeah, it's not the most bold attempt. That still goes to that guy who went into a bank and got on his hands and knees and started sniffing a girl's ass while she was waiting in line. Did it like 3 times. I don't know if I could ever find that video again. I don't even know what the fuck it's called. Thanks to Prime, Devin, and Dorito. And the resub, None and Little. That was in a gym? No, the one I'm talking about's in a bank. How often does that shit happen? Because I'm talking about the one in a bank. Thanks to the resub above AI. Find it? Let me just type in those particulars and see if I find it. I know which gym one you're talking about. That's not who I'm talking about. I tried Bank Creep Sniffs Girl. Let's see. Nope, this is just X videos. College girls fuck creepy guy sniffing panties. That didn't give me the results I was looking for. Let's try. Let's try that. Nope. This brought up the gym guy. Yeah, like I said, I don't even know what I type in to find it. Doesn't matter. There's a resub Dodge Duke in top 5. See the guys trying to escape a moving police car? No. Oh, look at the 20 gift subs, Mule. Thank you, Mule. Thank you for the generosity. Appreciate the big drop. Thanks to resub Brendan. And the bit's easy. Thank you, Mule. What's the point of sniffing the fumes? I never got that either. I honestly feel like that only got popular because of SpongeBob with the panty raid. Like, I don't really get the point in sniffing like soiled britches. I don't get it. It's not like a good smell. It's like poop and fart fumes. It's like, ugh. I'll just stick my face into a gas station toilet. There's the resub Astiago. It's the pheromones, you fool. You can't smell pheromones from panties. You can only get that from bras. You gotta huff the bras. Just not sniffing hard enough. Yeah. Thanks for 5 gift subs, Pinky. Appreciate it, man. Thanks for resub Cower and Luity. The bits Mac and Kelvin. I did see that video actually, Kelvin. Thanks for gift sub, Michael. Oh, is that it? Pervert follows woman around and sniffs her butt while she's not looking. Is that the one at the bank? Ah, yeah. Here it is. This is the one I was talking about. Can I show this on stream? Let me double check. Yeah. This one, it seems fine. But this is the one I was talking about. I think this is a bank, isn't it? There's a tier 1 Galactic in the resub Garcia and Neff. Wasn't enough, had to go back in there for that second taste. The encore. And he flew too close to the sun. Mission failed. I'm pretty sure, I don't know if this is true or not, I'm pretty sure I remember reading that he got arrested. So, all's well that ends well, I guess. But yeah, he was getting in there. Man was actually sniffing dingleberries out of her ass. Bro had to do a triple take. Yeah. He kept going in. Gluttonous. This is a skit? News to me. What's the skit? Because this just looks like someone recorded security camera footage, like one of the guards. It'd be a weird skit. Thanks to the Prime, Sneaky, and the 2 gift subs, Pinky. Classic improv move. Yeah, true. Has no one else done this? No, this has happened multiple times. Like the gym incident. Everyone knows the gym video, I'm pretty sure. That one I don't think I can get up. Let me double check. This happens shockingly often. At least more often than you'd expect.
Wow.
I actually forgot how into this he gets. God, good fucking lord.
Wow.
That's the first one.
That's the first one.
Dirty motherfucker.
Wait, bro, it gets better because now he's about
Now this guy I know got arrested for this.
Oh
Well, I guess I
God.
can't say I know, but I read from multiple sources this guy did get arrested.
He broke away. So left a new Ford, Greg.
Oh my god. I'm having fucking.
That goes.
Oh shit. Oh shit.
Like he's going in there like he's at like
Wait for the
the
last
icy machines at a gas station.
Oh my god. So I had to do the second video.
What did they
This is
call
the
it, an
final
Encino
fourth
Man?
There's a fourth time he comes
Squeezing
in.
the juice?
The
Or wheezing the juice?
oh shit.
Yep. The old quadruple take. Literally so fucked up. Yeah, which is
Wow.
why I got arrested for it, man. You can't be doing that kind of shit. I don't know why you'd want to do that kind of shit to begin with. But yeah. Fucking degenerate. There's the resub Sire and Noah and Rip and Blubber in the Prime Ranch. What's the charge for that? The fuck do you mean with the charge for that? I think they go for, at bare minimum, sexual harassment. Public indecency, it not at all applies to that, I don't think. But easily, like, sexual harassment, or even up to assault, considering he put his face in her ass. So I'm pretty sure that crosses the assault barrier since it got physical. Amok glitched so hard on GDQ. Oh no, what happened? Oh, don't make us look bad.
Oh, probably.
I'm gonna try to do a
Oh,
crash
Jesus Christ.
and get out of the car, dude. What is happening?
Whoa!
What?
You're making the game look bad. Oh no.
What's happening?
They're never gonna take us seriously now.
Oh, he's back!
We're gonna do that section again, guys.
What's happening here?
Oh,
but
jeepers.
we actually get the voice acting this time.
Guys, this game is awesome.
Oh my.
It's so fun.
God damn it. Now we look like a joke. He's ruined us. He's made a mockery of our run. I actually haven't seen that before. Is that known to happen, or is that like an actual first? I've never seen that TP happen under map. No, that's never happened. Let's go. GDQ world first, per usual. The car texture never loaded. I've actually seen that happen before, though. That happened when I was playing it off stream when I was looking for glitches. I just assumed that was like a known thing. That's not what surprised me. I've just never seen that like clip under the map for some reason. Thanks to the Prime. DZ and the resub Rusty, Unholy, and Rodriguez. And Kuju. Noah. Oh. Oh, man. Current fastest time is 28 minutes on the dot. How many days left before the deadline? For the Amok $10,000 speedrun challenge, you have 9 more days. Ends January 10th at midnight. So January 10th midnight, so going into January 11th, that's the deadline. However, if it turns out that anyone was strat hiding until the last possible minute, I'm extending it so that way everyone can try the new strats. I will not tolerate strat hiding. EST, Eastern Time Zone. Have you heard of anime rap? Yeah. No, I don't know. I'm just pretending like I have. Are you talking about like the Dragon Ball GT intro? Okay, I've got bad news. I've been shitting my brains out ever since dinner. That's why it took me so long to come on. I'm about to go shit my brains out again real quick. So give me a few minutes here. I'm about to go to war. So I'll be back in just a second. I'll also mute because it's about to get messy. I'm back. That was big. That's how a man shits. Thanks for 5 gift subs, Polar Bear, and the resub, Real Boy, Pappy, and gift sub, Shadow. Thanks the resub, Ghost. I can't say I've seen that one, Jay, but I certainly couldn't watch it on stream. Happy New Year. Thanks the resub, Freedom. And the resub, I already said that. George. Oh, George. Oh, I forgot to watch the Payday 3 trailer. Yeah, I wanted to see it. Let me see. What is it? Why is this one 6 minutes? This one's 25 seconds. This is the Prime swap. Nice. All right, that got me hype. Yeah, I'll definitely play it. I just don't understand the point in a trailer like this. Just wait till you have like a full trailer. What's the point? I don't get it. I've never understood it. Oh, good God, Jesus, again. Thank you for the 50 gift subs, Bob Dole. Happy New Year. Thank you, Bob. Good Lord. Thank you, Bob Dole. Good to see you. Thanks for the fat drop. Yeah, I already watched Karl's video on Shimmy, the Rocket League cheater. It was good. I didn't know all that about Shimmy. Yeah, I was already talking about Cock Skip for Amok. Thanks to resub Fins. How do you cheat at Rocket League? Watch Karl's video. It's very interesting. Thanks to the anonymous gift sub, Psycho. Or 2 Psycho. And the resub Metal Fox. It's literally impossible, and I've seen the video. What, to cheat or to do what he did? Because, yeah, he discloses the method he used for cheating. Thanks, resub Power. Thanks, a tier 1 minion. Yeah, it's about a freestyler named Shimmy. It's very interesting. This is cheating on a level I haven't seen before. Not that it's like the most extreme cheating ever, because it's just freestyle montages that he was faking. But even still, the way he did it is very interesting. Good Lord, Bob. Thanks to the resub Canoodles. Another fat 50 drop. Thank you, man. Really appreciate it, Bob. Didn't Sunless make a video on this first? If he did, I actually didn't see Sunless's video on it. But regardless, it doesn't mean that someone else can't talk about it. Did Sunless make a video on Shimmy? Oh, yeah, you're right. 2 months ago. I don't know how I missed that. The true story behind the first cheater in Rocket League. Is the resub Dark? And no, I don't know who that is, Zark. Thanks again, Bob. Thanks for the resub Key. I'd say the way he did it was shallow and or pedantic. I will have to agree. It was awfully pedestrian, to be honest. I think it's a tier 1. A Mel Retro. The Prime Nerf. You see Meatcanyon's video on Logan Paul? I saw he posted it. I haven't had the chance to watch it yet though. I am so excited. Maybe tomorrow after Logan Paul's video. I'm so excited for Logan Paul's video tomorrow. I cannot wait to see how he tries to defend himself. Thought it was on the 3rd. He moved it up a day. He's doing it tomorrow. He's the prime mofo. He's gonna make so much money out of it too. Probably. But the reputational hit he takes, I think, voice crack loses him more money than that video will make. It's not gonna sink him, unfortunately. Even though he's kind of dead to rights on the CryptoZoo scam, I don't see how he wiggles his way out of it. I'm very open to be proven wrong, but I just don't see how it's possible. But regardless, his career's not over. He'll still be just fine. Thanks for 5 gift subs, Pinky. And the resub Bone Zone and gift subs Swain. Hope you have a good day. Bees? I don't know if I read that right. Seen the UFO over Las Vegas? Didn't we watch that? Someone recommended that the other night because I loved that UFO shit. But I can't remember if we watched it or not. Which one? Where can I find it? Thanks, resub Fred. Coffee saying it might be a ploy for people to buy even more zoo. Yeah, I was talking to Coffee about it. It seems like the only thing that comes from this is Logan Paul winning. Because people are already buying CryptoZoo dip. Even though it's a fucking blatant not working product. Like, it just legitimately doesn't work. It's inarguable. It is actually non-functioning. And people are still buying it. There's a gift sub Minion and resub Panda. The bits draw. And the resub Iced. Night, Bob. Thanks again, man. Sleep well. Oh, I forgot to watch Andrew's This Place Rules. That came out today, didn't it? I meant to watch that. Oh, it came out 2 days ago, actually. Why buy something that's not even fixed? You have to understand the kind of people you're dealing with when it comes to the crypto space. Every single one of them's not there for the product or anything. They're there with the false belief that they're somehow going to make money off of it without ever realizing they're the ones getting the scam, not the ones scamming. They're not in on it. They're just victims. They bounce project to project getting fucked and never learning from it. So right now the people buying the CryptoZoo dip are under the impression that when Logan Paul talks about it, the price will go up and they'll sell before they lose their ass. Maybe some of them will. Possibly. Most of them won't. They'll once again just lose more. Things in Tier 1 swag and Tier 1 reclined in the Prime Seijuki and Lego. And skits. You plan to play Atomic Heart if it ever comes out, yeah. You think crypto scams will start dying out? I think they already have. NFTs are dead, which by extension has meant most cryptos are dead. So yeah, they're already dying out. Things the Prime, yeah. You see Logan Paul bombarded his friend for his religious beliefs. This was super cringe. I did see that. This was actually ahead of CoffeeZilla's video. He tried really hard to do the enlightened atheist Redditor thing here on his show. And it was just fucking awful. I don't know what he was thinking. Like, regardless of your stance on religion, why confront your friend about it in such an aggressive, condescending way? I really think he was trying to score brownie points, like, once again, going for, like, the safest possible stuff. Like, oh, okay, most people, like, make jokes about Christianity, so, like, yeah, they'll probably like this. But he committed so hard to it, and he fucked it.
Guys,
I won't
I've
play
been
the whole
bullying
thing, but it's
George.
bad.
I've been bullying him so hard. I thought this was so funny, bro.
Logan Paul put out a new
Oh, come on, where's just the core? I don't want to go through this. I just want to see the core components here. Oh, here.
A lot of progress happens with a lot of work, right? So if a bodybuilder's buff, he had to work out a lot, he had to eat, he had to make the right decisions.
What about steroids?
So you guys have made great decisions when it comes to business. You guys have made
That
great
didn't age
decisions
well.
when it comes to like a lot of things. But what you guys have cared to ever open up is that spiritual side. So what I would really, really, really highly suggest is tap in, and I'm not suggesting mine, but I'm just saying tap into one and see.
Is this not the right clip?
Emotions, because emotions.
Oh wait, you're right. This is George talking about it with him. Does he not fight him in this?
Spiritual battle.
I'm spiritual. I'm very spiritual. I pray every night. In fact, wait, what?
It's not. What?
You do? Since when?
I pray every night.
I pray twice a day.
I'll pray right now. I'll do a prayer right now. Like I.
This is from 9 months ago. Wait, you're right. Well, he changed his tune real quick. What the fuck? Okay, that didn't last long. All right, within 9 months, he logged into Reddit and found atheism. I don't know. Okay, even more in line with what I was saying, he's just very fake. He chooses whatever he thinks is the most, like, lukewarm stance and gets aggressive about it. And he tried it with Christianity against his friend George here, and it didn't work. It's so fucking bad. Like, it's embarrassing to listen to. Regardless of how you feel about Christianity, religion, whatever, it's still just indefensibly embarrassing. Where the fuck is it? Where can I just find the raw one? Is it this? This is just a YouTube short.
Because I'll be honest with you, bro. Jesus Christ fucks.
Oh, God. Genuinely, I know people that hate me, that treat me better about my faith than you, and you're my best friend. So, like, one that really hurt me is you told me I need a therapist because I believe in Jesus.
I just am definitely questioning why we have to perpetuate a belief that is fucking silly. I think it's a silly practice to engage in, and I think it deserves.
I imagine this isn't the whole thing.
Because I'll be honest with you, bro.
Yeah. He went on and on for a little while post that. Even still, it's just dumb. It's just still stupid. But yeah, he changed real quick in 9 months, I guess. Thanks to give some milk, Drew, and the bits. Royd, Drew, and Prime Santiago. Wow, he sounds smart. Yeah. Very, very good arguments. See a therapist because you believe in Jesus. Look, man, I'm not the most religious man in the world, but I don't mind people who are. By all means. Like, whatever makes people happiest, go for it. You found answers, I'm happy to hear it. It's like, it's such an easy thing. Hey, you know, I'm not that spiritual, George, but I appreciate you looking out for me in that way. Like, it's just simple, and then you move on. You know, it's easy. Or if you want to joke with your friend about it, do it in a more entertaining way. It's not about what makes you happy, it's about the truth. You will never find the fucking truth. That's the whole point. There's a level of just belief and faith you have to have, no matter what. The truth is something that will legitimately always elude you when it comes to the biggest possible picture. So find your own answers, and find what makes you most comfortable in your life. There's no point in being that fucking douchebag who's like, no, but it's a fucking 10,000-year-old book of garbage. It's all a lie. You don't have to believe it. It's fine. I just don't see the point in shitting on the guy for it. But you can make jokes out of it. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I make plenty of jokes with my friends, like, on the podcast. Like, it's fine. But it's never at a point where it's never coming from a place of, like, hatred for it. Like Wendigoon, when he came on, he was telling us all the biblical stories. None of us are that religious, but we appreciate his faith, and we welcome it, and we love learning about it. It's a simple thing. It's a very simple thing. There's no point in being that guy. It's like, that's not the truth. That is not the truth. You shouldn't believe that because it's not the truth. He's the resub Floofy and the Prime Joker and the Bits IQ. And the resub Martin and Gravity. And the Bits Snert. Shoe collection video? Me? All I wear is Skechers slip-ons. What the fuck are you talking about? Why would you want a shoe collection video from me? I have 3 pairs of slipper Skech-ons. Black, gray, and black. Oh, also I have Puma suedes from when I was trying to learn how to shuffle. I still do want to shuffle. I still want to get good at that. For no reason in particular. I just think that'd be something cool to whip out. Things the Prime, Max Metal, Marley, and Resub Sonic, the Bits Mac and Jay. That was wise. I like that, Jay. I haven't read that before. The most ridiculous reason to get arrested. Yeah, maybe in a bit. Thanks, Resub Grace. Paradox crypto update. Sure, let's take a peek. It's holding steady at that 3 cents. Kind of a, you know, bittersweet victory, but yeah, it's holding there at 3 cents. I have to imagine development on that game's coming along great, though. Bet your broke ass still got a fresh pair of rollies. Man, you completely butchered what they're called. Heelys. Asshole. Heelys. Rollies. What are you talking about? Heelys, man. But you're right, I actually don't have any Heelys. Summer oh, I thought you said summer soaps. Yeah, I remember soaping. And by remember, I mean I know all about Ryan Yasmaz. Thanks, Resub Borg. Aren't Rollies Rolexes? I think so, right? Some people call them Rollies. Thanks, Resub Genghis. Is it the end of Logan Paul after mocking religion and scamming? No, man. What the fuck? No, it's not. It is so far from the end of Logan Paul. And the making fun of religion is going to be the last thing that would have ever gotten him taken out. He wouldn't have lost his empire from mocking religion. It was just another fucking goofy, embarrassing moment from him. Even the scamming, as horrible as it is not going to lose him shit. Thanks to the tier 1 kitty and the resub Soul and Mike and Ethan and Taku and gang. What would topple him in your opinion? Legitimately like a heinous crime. Scamming's horrible, but it's not to the level of like a sex crime, murder, shit like that. Those I think would be the only things. It'd have to be like a crime that he faces real time for. He survived showing a suicide victim. Yeah, but as bad as that is, that's still not a crime per se. So he always was going... Like I've said a million times, no matter what you do, no matter what you say, no matter who you are, if you have a following, you will always have a following. You will always have people that support you no matter what you do. And they'll just write off anything that makes you look bad. You will always have a following. The only thing that would sink someone of Logan Paul's size is legitimately a fucking crime that he cannot defend himself from. That is the only thing. He could film a dead body tomorrow, post it on YouTube as a joke, as like an anniversary from the 5 years of the suicide forest, and he would still be fine in a month. Even you keep saying like EDP, but you guys realize EDP still has a huge audience on TikTok that unironically support him. He lost his following in most places, but like I said, no matter what, you will always have a following no matter what you've done, no matter what you've said, unless you are actually facing time for what like a crime. EDP is an open pedophile. A history of it, and still has an unironic following on TikTok, and a big one at that. Is it Chris D'Elia, which is what I've always said, or is it Chris D'Elia? How the fuck do you say his name? Yeah, I know everything about that guy. He was one of my least favorite stand-up comedians way before all of his sex crimes were known. Dahlia. Chris Dahlia. Dahlia. Oh my god, I'm getting mixed ones. Most people are saying Dahlia. Chris D'Elia. Okay. Yeah, that guy sucks. That guy, like, super sucks. It's this guy. He's pretty big on YouTube, I know, and it's sad. Even just setting aside all of the sexual crimes and shit, he is just a legitimately horrible stand-up comedian. I remember his podcast wasn't that bad, but it was mainly because the people around him were good. But man, his stand-up was fucking unwatchable. He's widely respected in stand-up. Oh, and then... So you're being sarcastic. Yeah, I still remember during the roast of Justin Bieber, when Hannibal was just going in, the one he said for Chris D'Elia was just really simple. He's like, yeah, everyone's got like a vice, like drinking and shit. But Chris D'Elia, his only vice is telling horrible stand-up. And I was like, God, that's the truest thing I ever fucking heard in my life. He's not nearly as bad as Amy. I don't put Chris D'Elia in my top 3 worst comedians of all time. That is still reserved for Amy Schumer, Brendan Schaub, and James Corden. Yes, he doesn't breach the top 3, but he is definitely top... Maybe even top 5. Safely top 10. Maybe top 5. I'd have to think. He's a tier 1 Scoot and the Prime Tomato and Gunner. Oh yeah, that was actually entertaining. Chris D'Elia, God, Chris, I will never get his, I would legitimately never get his name right. Chris D'Elia, Chris, man, fuck his stupid name too. Yes, he played a predator in one of his shows he was on. I think it was You. And then it turns out he was a legitimate predator in real life. It's not a hard name to say. I know, but I've just always called him Chris D'Elia for so long I can't break the habit. I've just had no respect for him for such a long time. I never bothered to get his name right until tonight. And it's just, I'm having a tough time breaking it. It was Workaholics where he played the Predator? No, what, didn't he also play a Predator in You? Let me see. Yeah, he did. You producers reached out to teen cast member after the Chris D'Elia allegations. Yeah, he was in You as well. He played a Predator there. Yeah, following the sexual assault allegation. Yeah. But he was a predator in Workaholics too. I mean, hey, he knew the right role for him. I can say a lot of bad things about that guy, but one thing I have to get him credit for is choosing the roles that fit him best. Thanks to the resub Mark, Ringo, and Paper Brick. Method actor. True. Yeah, he was getting into character. He's the prime Muck and Mesma and Sunny. And Tiny. And the resub Connor. Will you ever do more videos with Moist Esports members? Yeah, I definitely want to start doing more content with the teams. It's just hard because we're in Tampa and most of them are not anywhere near the area. No, I haven't seen the Meatcanyon Logan Paul video yet. Like I said, I'll probably watch that tomorrow after Logan Paul's video defending himself from the scam stuff. Thanks a gift sub Muck. I don't know how he's gonna do it. he's got his work cut out for him because this was an investigation that spanned over the course of a fucking year. And Logan Paul's trying to do this assignment day of. Logan Paul's prepped for like less than a week, I think, since his initial statement. So it's going to be a tough one for him. We'll see. Here's the resub to Ski Joe. The give sub Caden. And the resub Hondro. The Prime Pirate. And Nelly. And the Prime Lita. CryptoZoo gonna pump so hard, it's so dumb, I know. Man, what are these fucking titles on LSF? I was wondering why 3 people came in here saying I think the OTK investigation was fake. What is this goddamn title? Charlie does not believe OTK results without the full report. I repeated this goddamn point at least 10 times. I swear to God, at least 10 times. Let's do 11. For the whole picture on the whole situation, since this was a very public case, it would make sense that the organization, the third party that investigated everything, should release the report publicly so everyone can see all of the evidence that was collected. You can redact sensitive information from the people that they talk to, testimonials and everything. You can redact anything that's sensitive for their safety, but just release the information publicly so that way everyone can see the evidence and form their own conclusions on everything, on whether or not they can forgive Mizkif, whether or not what happened, what they believe. They can form a more complete picture of everything because now they have an unbiased source which provided every single piece of information surrounding the case. It is an important thing, I believe, so that way everyone can have a look at everything and form their opinions on it. I had nothing to say about it being fake. I said I understand why people wouldn't trust it, and I myself would also agree that it's important to see it all so that way you don't have to just take things at face value. You can make more informed judgments based off of the evidence. How in the fuck could this even get so twisted in the title? That is unreal. Thanks to the Prime Sublisi and Pepto. Absolutely unreal. Oh, God. And not a single person is even talking about what my point actually was. Unreal. And peak internet brain. The implication a well-respected law firm would jeopardize their standing to hide, fabricate the findings of a third-party investigation into a Twitch streamer is so fucking dumb. Agreed. Which is why I never fucking said that they hid or fabricated the findings. I just thought since everything was public, releasing their report publicly makes the most sense so everyone can see all the evidence and form their own conclusions, considering there is still only the 2-month-old information that we currently have. Everything else is hidden. Peak Redditor brain. Jesus Christ. Oh my god, what a shithole. That's unreal. That is unreal. Exhibits Kinway, and the resub Volpinator and Kolb and Mastajira. Yikes. God, that's frustrating. That's so frustrating. Oh. I just don't even understand. Like, that had to be malicious. Like, that had to be. Oh, hold on. That is so dangerous going to someone's fucking Reddit account. That had to be a malicious attempt to completely discredit everything I was saying about it. It had to be. Like, there's no other explanation. I legitimately said it 10 times. At least 10 times. It got deleted? Well, that was a goddamn lie. But even still, like, that does, even if it did get deleted, that doesn't change the fact that this had to be like a malicious attempt at completely throwing everything I said into the shitter. That makes no sense. Maybe I should have said it 15 times at least. That was my bad. I was stupid to think repeating the same point 10 times was enough. I should have known. Thanks to the resub. Millennium the Prime Nuke. Good lord. You should have wrote a testament. Yeah. From now on, I'll be giving all my takes in a written format. Thanks to the resub Arthur and the gift sub Burr and tier 1 view. And the bits tomato. Yeah, we already talked about the Jeremy Renner stuff. That shit's super sad. Oh my god. My ass is grinded. That is so frustrating. That is actually just so fucking frustrating. Didn't this happen twice? It happens every time there's any kind of drama at all. Literally at all. It's so fucking frustrating. Thanks, Resub Yoshi. You're saying you could contact them or something. I suppose I could reach out and ask. I don't think I should have to. Let's say it for the 12th time for the people in the back. There is ways to publicly release an investigation like this while protecting the personal information and identities of those involved. You can redact information. You don't need to give all the particulars. Releasing the evidence in a public forum where all of this took place publicly is a net positive to everyone on the internet. They can then read the evidence themselves and no longer have to blindly just assume everything was handled correctly and whatever. They don't have to just look at the OTK statement and take everything at face value. They can then go to the third-party investigations report, read it for themselves, and then digest the information however they'd like. And then they can make their own informed conclusion on everything based on the fucking investigation's evidence. That's my whole point. Releasing it publicly in a safe way would have been great for this whole situation. It would have been great for Miz too. If it's angry Miz kids that are upset with me. It would have been great for everyone. OTK. People that don't like Miz or don't like OTK, it would have been good for them. Because you'd have all the evidence. Everyone could look at it. There'd no longer be any like guesswork because everyone would be able to see it and read it themselves. It is a simple, like, surface level take. Like, I don't know how it gets bastardized so badly on LSF. Thanks for the resub in K. Thanks for the resub. PC Tove. Thanks for another one, Bob. This is the reaction they wanted out of you, no? I don't know. I don't understand. Like, there's nothing to gain. By completely misrepresenting the point, there's legitimately no gain for anybody at all. It's nonsensical. I'm gonna give the benefit of the doubt that that's just a fucking idiot, and it wasn't like a malicious spin. I think it's just an actual fucking idiot, a buffoon. Thanks, resub Wisteria. God. You should ask ChatGPT. True, I should have just asked ChatGPT. I'll just, from now on, ask ChatGPT anything. I'll make ChatGPT all the official takes that I have. Thanks, the resub Dragonite. The Prime Ghost. Thanks, the Prime Era. And the resub Nosferatu and Moon. LSF, the Kotaku of Twitch news. LSF posts wholesome moments and good moments like from Henry, from Nim's award show, Germa clips. And then anytime there's anything remotely serious, it ends like this. I don't know what happens. Like, these people go away, and then the Jin throwaway comes in. Like, there's two tribes on LSF. Thanks to the Prime Canudi. And the resub Russ. Watch a Henry clip? I watch all Henry clips. I like Henry. I've known about him for a long time. I found his channel, what was it, like last year? Quite a while ago. I'm glad that he's popping off. He seems like such a deserving guy for it. A simple Google search shows that JR is not dead. Don't tell me you actually Googled whether or not Joe Rogan's dead. That's just an old internet meme, man. Did you talk about what? Did you talk about the New Year's ball drop machete situation? What the fuck is that? Three New York officers were injured in a machete attack. Holy fuck. Wow. Yep, so he just straight up attacked people with a machete. What a fucking lunatic. Yeah, no, he's apparently on the FBI watch list. Trevor had been placed on the FBI terror watch list after his aunt reported he had been radicalized online and expressed a desire to travel overseas and fight with Islamic extremists. And then the attack occurred shortly after 10 p.m., 8 blocks from Times Square. He just attacked people with a machete. Jesus. Thanks to the resub. Onituna, Flame, and the Prime. Ratina? The Prime Nathan. How easy is it to be placed on a government watch list? Couldn't tell you, I have no idea. I didn't even hear about this though. Thanks to the resub twitching and the gift sub beast. Doesn't seem to do anything. It legitimately seems to do nothing. It seems like getting on the FBI's terror watch list just means that when you do eventually do something, they can say, yeah, we knew this was coming. And nothing else. Thanks to the resub. 1. It's a watch later list. Yeah, they just put it in the queue. We'll check in later. He's the Prime Pandy. Have you seen the new Easy Escape video? No, not yet. That's the Family Guy one. Unless he posted another new one. Sleep well, SB. Next to Tier 1 Kitty. Today I learned there's an organization called StopMasturbationNow.org. That's actually picked up so much steam. Masturbation is completely vilified on Twitter these days. I see it all the time. I didn't know about that org, but yeah, there's a lot of people that want masturbation to be like illegal. Illegal is a stretch. That's not what they're lobbying for. But they're going hard on no more masturbating. And no faps popping. Well, thanks for the 10 gift subs, Kitty. I appreciate that. And the resub Dark Sean, Ebbs, and the Prime Pseudo. In the bits way. Thank you for that, Kitty. And the resub Robo. No, I don't know what just Stop Masturbation Now is. I mean, the title here is Faith and Family Values. As God-appointed Americans, we live in a Christian land founded on Christian morals by non-masturbating Christian heroes. I mean, that's a really aggressive start. What is a God-appointed American? Like chosen Americans by God, or is every American appointed by God? Like by default settings, I wonder. I have to read more. It has to be a meme post? Mm-hmm. And it's got a .org. I'm on the .org right now. Jesus, thank you for the 5 tier 2 gift subs, Kitty. Thank you for that. There you sub Monkey and Moose. Thank you, Kitty. Jesus died for our sins. If we don't sin, then he died in vain. Amen, brother. Thanks for the Prime Pecky. Man, that was profound. Is the Prime Rupert? Give sub cool. You think Bengals are gonna go to the Super Bowl? Bro, I have no fucking clue. I have not been watching that much. Like at all, really. Thanks to tier 1. Crown, or Crow. Avatar is gonna beat Top Gun in The Office. I know. Avatar, it blew up. I doubted it could do it, but it did. It's gonna break $2 billion. I enjoyed it. I didn't like the first one, but I did like the second one. I just thought there was no fucking chance that it was gonna be doing this kind of numbers. I really didn't think it did. Or I didn't think it would, rather. They're basically the same movie. I disagree. I rewatched Avatar 1 right before seeing the second one. That movie is still so goddamn boring in so many parts. Avatar 2, I was never bored, even though it's a longer movie. I thought they did a much better job of making it interesting, even in the slower bits. So I just disagree. Same simple story. Nothing too unique about the story, but it was done well. Only reason Avatar is a high-grossing movie is because of its looks. I mean, that's like the focal point. Like, they know that. It's not like that's a dig at the movie. That's what it aims to do, is deliver like an unbelievably beautiful experience as a film. So obviously that's why it's popular and successful. That's like the entire point of it. Storyline and characters are pretty great too. I thought they did a great job with the characters, to be honest, because they were juggling so many. And they did a decent job of making me care about the majority of the cast. Storytelling, though, I couldn't say this in the Moist meter because I don't want to give spoilers, but I feel like we're at the point where I probably can now. And I'm just going to give a broad one, so this isn't specific by any means. But I'll give a minor spoiler warning. The bad guys took hostages so often and forgot that they took hostages. That was so frustrating. There's like 9 scenes in that film where they take hostages and then they do nothing with them. They just keep fucking forgetting that they have hostages. You don't want to do this, Jake. I have your daughter. And then Jake does it and then he does nothing to his daughter. Thanks to the resub Grudge, Finboy, and Slaw. Well, that's why they keep taking more, is because they forget about the first few. Unironically true. They keep collecting hostages like Pokemon. I'm not exaggerating. I think there's actually 4 scenes of them taking hostages, and the same hostages every time. They keep getting the same hostages from Jake's family over and over and over again, and then still doing nothing. They keep forgetting voice crack. They don't do anything with it. It's like, I've got your boy. You don't want to lose your boy. Shit, here comes Jake. He just leaves the hostage. He's like, all right, shoot it, Jake. Hey, Andy. And yeah, I mean, there's literally a self-aware line in there, too, that points it out. The little kid's like, I can't believe I got caught again. And it's actually his 3rd time getting caught. So I feel like James was just being cheeky. Like, yeah, we know we're not doing anything with hostages. There's a resub Chicken, Mickey, Earth, and the Prime Engage. No, I didn't think the story sucked. That's not the point I'm making. Like I said, I actually like the story. The simplicity of it was not a headache to me. I know some people didn't like how simple it was, but I thought it was fine because it was still done well. I didn't dislike the story, but there's just moments of the story in the narrative where I was like, wow, they kind of fumbled that, or wow, that's why are they doing that, or why aren't they doing that? A lot, actually. Thanks to the resub Cockbite. 2023 movie is going to be lit. I don't remember what all is coming out this year. Oh yeah, the Mario movies this year. That'll be cool. I don't have high expectations for it, but it'll at least be an interesting experience. John Wick 4, also going to be cool. Is the Prime commie in the resub some reason? Thanks to the resub corn. I did watch the new Puss in Boots. I liked it. I actually really enjoyed it. It was fun. All the new movies this year are spin-offs or sequels. L. Mario movie's not a well, I guess it is a spin-off from the game. Is there any truly unique movies left? I feel like everything is an adaptation of something or a sequel to something. Oh, Oppenheimer. Nice. That was an immediate example that I didn't even think of. Nice. Megan. Nice. Two good examples right away. Megan comes out soon. That's 4 days away, baby. I think that's going to be a really fun, bad movie. That's this movie. In case anyone forgot, with the goofy dancing and shit. That'll be fun. Thanks to the resub, Salts Gruber. Hashtag ad? Not a hashtag ad. I think it's going to be super shitty, but like really fun shitty. Thanks to the Prime. Fiend. A worse Chucky. Yep. But I think it's going to be like the right kind of shit. Thanks to the resub, truly. Is it unique or is it just Chucky Ex Machina? No, there's nothing unique about it.
Harm, both physical and emotional.
1, 2, 3, 4. I declare some war. I won't let anything harm you.
It's just classic Chucky.
Megan's not a person, Katie.
You don't get to see
but
that.
really stupid. Yeah, let me just skip here.
I won't let anything harm you ever again.
Megan.
Have I done something to upset you, Gemma?
I know you think you're maximizing your objective function.
Oh, really?
And everything nice. No, that's not what we're made of.
Modernized Chucky? It's not modernized Chucky at all. It's just stupid Chucky. But like, super fun. I think it's going to be really enjoyably bad.
You'd have to shut her down.
Jesus Christ, I thought we were friends. I have a new primary user now. Me.
Yep. This is a real movie coming out in 4 days.
Did Megan do something bad?
What's going on? What are you?
I'm Megan.
Baby, don't provoke, 'cause oh, we will.
First you've heard of it. I'm surprised because that dance became quite a huge meme. But yeah, I think that's going to be really fun, stinky. So I'm looking forward to it. It's a fuck you, it's January release. New Amok world record. Who got it? Is it updated on the leaderboard or was it just now on stream? Who got it? We got our first sub 28. Zach got a sub 28. Did he use mansion skip? I'm sure he used cock skip. Did he use mansion skip? Don't think so. Damn. I really want to see mansion skip used in a run. Where is it posted in the Discord? Thanks to resub Monshore and Leaf. My hype for the Joker 2? Not if it's a musical. I can't stand musicals. Thanks to resub Star Guardian. A 2757. God damn, Zach. Musicals can be good, but Joker? I just don't really like musicals to begin with. Least of all for fucking Joker. Thanks to Prime Kaiser. So I'm hoping that rumor's false. Whew. Music played a large part in the first Joker, so I'm interested in a musical. There's a big difference between music playing a big part as background and complementing a scene or emotion, and making it the focal point of the performance. For me, musicals never elicit any kind of like immersion or anything emotional from me at all. I've never watched a musical where I was like, wow, this singing and dancing during this crucial time has really amplified the intensity. Now I'm invested. It just takes me out. I haven't seen La La Land. I've heard that one's great. That's like the only big musical I haven't seen. I've seen pretty much all of the other major musicals of the last few years. Hamilton has great music, yeah. But I certainly wouldn't watch Hamilton for anything other than just listening to some of the tracks. It's more of a concert. Didn't like Les Mis. Couldn't give a fuck about Les Mis. I didn't get interested in it. Watched that whole thing. Didn't like it. That was how much you liked Cats. Yeah, Cats was awesome. Cats was pretty good. Mr. Mistopheles. Which one did James Corden play? He played Fat Cat? Hat Cat? I don't remember. What the fuck did James Corden play in Cats? God, this movie was so unbelievable that it actually released. Oh, that is amazing. He's the Prime Tav in the resub. Ace Trainer in CN. Alright, give me 2 seconds. I'm gonna say goodnight to Tiana real quick. Be right back. Thanks the Prime Spooky. back. Ugh. These are some Dung, Merc, and Gnome, and Ghost. And the resub Ricey. I said I was going down to say goodnight to Tiana. Thanks at Prime. Lily and the resub Divine. And the resub Sinister and J-Dog. And the Bits Q-Hog. Oh, thanks for 10 gift subs, Dong. I appreciate that. Resub chillin'. Thanks for the big drop, man. Thanks to the Prime Edgar. The Prime Skip. Is there gonna be a moist meter for what game? It's a bit dicey. Did a new game come out that I don't know about? Let's see. Doesn't look like it. There's Prime Chopper. I'm not moist metering High on Life. I don't feel like finishing it. Game's not bad, but I couldn't stand the writing. Just not for me. Oh, I'm sorry. Well, thanks for the resub then, bad man. The Prime Bofa. Do I think The Last of Us show will be good? I used to. Until the showrunner made that statement about, like, death in Last of Us is going to be different. It won't just be pixels dying. So and he went on, but like the willingness to belittle the game makes it feel to me like they've completely lost the plot. Like they're not actually fans of the game or anything like that. They're gonna probably ruin it somehow. So I'm no longer optimistic. There's a tier 1 mush. When's the next Moisties dropping? Either tomorrow or the next day. It's for the 5 worst games of 2022. And the resub Lulu. And the resub Shadow. Did you see the spicy no pixel drama thread on LSF today? I did not. Thanks to tier 1 Jack. I haven't kept up with the no pixel drama aside from the guy that was threatening legal action against someone else for using his voice as a sub alert, which I thought was very embarrassing. I thought that was a load of baloney. There's no pixel. That's what I used to play. It's the GTA RP server. That's where I walked around as the aloof Charles. The thrill seeker. It was fun. I really enjoyed it for a while. We were overdue for a crash, really. It had been too long without one. Actually, I really should have used that 30 seconds that my shit crashed to go to the toilet. This kind of snuck up on me, I'm not gonna lie to you, sports fans. I don't know what I ate tonight that's disagreeing with me on such a profound level, but my god. Hey, just give me 2 seconds while everyone trickles back in here after the crash. Holy Lord, I'll be right back. Wow. Wow. Oh, I didn't mute. I gotta mute. You're not gonna want to hear what's about to happen. I'll be right back. I'm back. That was big. I'm here. Man, what a series of events. Computer crash into big diarrhea. Love that. Exit Prime Spanish and the resub Tiberius and Gavin. Oh, thanks to the Bit Saints. Damn. There's a prime goo. Whew. The Las Vegas UFO video is the Xmas Eve UFO sighting. Okay. This is where's just the raw footage?
They copped some orders over I could have possibly found yesterday. Yesterday I was on.
Where's just the raw upload? Oh. It was debunked the next day. Yeah, that's what they want you to believe. Thanks to resub Jonald. It was a reflection. It's on r/UFOs. I like that subreddit. Oh, is it UFO or the UFO plural subreddit? Which one? Probably the plural, because that is 665,000. Okay, where's the Las Vegas one? Smoking gun or one of the best hoaxes ever.
Wobble like that. We took the footage to Ray Raimondi and Fred Giaratano, who are special effects supervisors at the award-winning commercial division of Digital Domain, the company responsible for the special effects in the movie Titanic.
Garbage effects.
Smoking gun.
They did a horrible job. Not even with
Definitely
Marvel.
smoking gun.
Why the glint in your eye?
Because I'm very excited to see this. It's to me, it's the most compelling footage that I've seen. This might be the one that we've been waiting for.
Ray, smoking gun or hoax?
Really good hoax.
A hoax in which there was physically a craft over this apartment building, or a hoax that was done in a computer-generated lab such as this?
Right. From what we've been able to look at, it looks like either it was done amazingly well from a CG point of view, like in a computer effects place or something like that. But I don't really believe
it didn't look that amazing.
Things that make it look like it was really, really there. It was photographed in the camera, meaning that it wasn't affected afterward. Like for instance, when it goes behind the building, the way the edge breaks apart is kind of consistent with the way video consumer cameras just kind of break up on those edges.
All right, so we're on the wide.
Man, why would it be so fucking wobbly like that? They travel light years to come visit us in a goddamn gyroscopic shake weight? Like, makes no sense. Literally looks like a puppet. He's a tier 1 Gibby and tier 1 Mukalorian, the Prime Cabera, and resub Ivan and Chronic. It was already solved. There's 2 buildings being reflected by the fog. For the Las Vegas thing, I still want to see it though. I guess it'll have to be like top of the month here, I guess, if it really was that popular. Oh, here it is.
What the hell is this? Honestly, this is really strange. I mean, we're here every night. I've never seen anything like this.
Damn. And they're in red mode, which means they're aggressive. They're gonna fuck us up. Nice. So that was a reflection from 2 buildings. Thanks the resub. Jarek. So where did you see the debunk stuff? Another angle of the object. Wow, that's so bright. It was right below this post? Okay. Just to make it as clear as can be. Nice. That's cool. There's a tier 1 mango. I still think it's probably mean ol' aliens, those dirty bastards. Thanks the resub Baggins. Maybe Earth is the only planet with weed, and aliens want a cosmic high. That's a fun thought. Maybe we're the only ones with the dank herb. Thanks to the Prime Barnacle. You talk about playing the new Need for Speed when it came out, but it already did on 12.2. Oh. Does it suck ass or something? I didn't hear shit about a new Need for Speed. Is it Need for Speed? Yeah, it must be Need for Speed Unbound. New Need for Speed is trash. Yeah, I didn't hear anything about it. I thought it was still just like on the horizon here. Let's see. As we substoop.
No other racing game released this year looks quite like Need for Speed.
Hold on. I think Tetra wants to go out. Oh, Tiana just took her.
Unbound, and that can be a difficult thing to achieve in such an established genre so steeped in convention. Developer Criterion has gone all in with...
I don't know if it's just me, but I am so goddamn tired of this style. This like turbo cell shaded shit. Borderlands has really just made me despise it, and then it caught on so hard.
Wild animated visual flair that often appears as though it's been lifted from the pages of a comic book, even as the actual driving and split day-night structure of its races are immediately familiar to those of us who appreciated 2019's Need for Speed Heat. The result is a uniquely styled racer that regularly looks quite fabulous in motion, though its grading story mode goes over like a banana in the tailpipe, and the online mode simply feels stripped down and unfinished. While Heat hardly revolutionized arcade racing, it was a pleasant surprise that put the teetering franchise back on track. For its efforts, developer Ghost Games was disbanded, and the series drunk-dialed its way back into the arms of former Flame Criterion Games for Unbound, and it's received a striking makeover. You can apply artistic embellishments, including smoke and illustrations to cars like any other visual customization part. There are a variety of different ones to choose from, although essentially they all seem fairly similar, with the key differences between them mostly limited to the color of the smoke. For instance, look particularly cool as the special animations hold up well even with a very kinetic camera.
Look at this asshole.
However, the juxtaposition between Unbound's cars, which continue to strive towards photorealism, and its cartoon characters and effects is a peculiar one.
That's pretty cool.
It isn't jarring, especially considering that there have been some
Rabbit?
big improvements with the lighting since Heat, and at its best, Unbound looks like a highly stylized interactive trailer. But I can't shake the feeling that it's a compromise, accidental or otherwise, that Unbound's vehicles and world haven't been given the same treatment, like a modern-day Auto Modelista or 2020's Inertial Drift. Would that have been controversial? Probably was, whenever I wasn't too busy wincing at the dialogue.
If you know, bro. And you know what I said? Bro!
Heat's script wasn't exactly in line to win it.
I really feel like there's only one team of people at every development studio right now that writes all of these goddamn games. That is Saints Row. That is the Saints Row team. And the Saints Row team wrote the new Tales from the Borderlands game. And then that team wrote, what was that other game we just recently played with absolute dog shit dialogue? God, who the fuck was it? Oh man, I'm blanking. Point is, it's all the fucking same writing. It's all the same goddamn team. These are some girthy. No, not High on Life. That was just very Rick and Morty. Gotham Knights. Thank you, Gotham Knights. That's the one I was thinking of. Wasn't nearly as bad. I will say it wasn't nearly as bad. I didn't hate it. I didn't fully hate it like I did Saints Row, Tales from the Borderlands, and already from this review, Need for Speed. But yeah, I don't know what's going on. No one likes this writing. I don't know who it's for. Nobody likes it. Whatever audience they're trying to target with this absolute dog shit writing, it's not working. They're not enjoying it. I'm not enjoying it. Nobody is. Fire those writers. Literally get anyone else.
Itself an armful of primetime Emmys, young and slim Instagram influencer avatars whose fashion aesthetic appears to be music festival drug dealer, football match drug dealer, or off-brand Weird Al Yankovic. The mechanical expression enabled by the deep car customization that previous developer Ghost began re-injecting into the series in its 2015 Need for Speed reboot has universal appeal, and that's all still very much here in does a few features at launch, the biggest of which
it just doesn't look very fun.
Equally unfortunately, when I say that online and single player are separate, I mean entirely separate. Your single player garage and progression isn't shared online, so you need to build up a new stable of cars. I have to admit that after 30 odd hours of working my way to the top of the story mode, the prospect of starting from scratch online really took the jam out of my donut.
Yeah, this looks like a donut with no jam to begin with. This just doesn't look fun.
When the rubber hits the road, it's evident Need for Speed Unbound hasn't strayed very far from the fundamentals of 2019's Heat. This is a little surprising following the series' shift back to Criterion.
What's the verdict here from IGN?
Well done, and make for an instantly recognizable installment of this 28-year-old series. However, while the car customization tools are as expressive as ever, it does feel unlikely that older players will be able to connect with the single-player mode's preening cast of entitled chuckleheads, And unfortunately, the
Always
separate
a
online
7.
mode is
Literally
currently
always
missing
a
core
7.
features like cops.
That is crazy, just like clockwork. Always a 7 from IGN. If it's a big title, it's getting a 7 if it's not amazing. It's a fun game if you're bored. Anything's a fun game if you're bored. You're bored. Thus, anything that's not doing what you're currently doing is going to be fun. Why don't they just remake Underground 2? I don't know. Has Underground 2 aged well? I haven't played it in years. Thanks, the resub Nightcrawler. Yeah, still holds up. Good. Midnight Club 3. Yeah, I used to like Midnight Club. That's a pretty dead franchise, though. Thanks, the resub KT. He's still 95 Slayer. Yeah, I was grinding a bit today, not much. I haven't been grinding that hard recently. It's fucking tedious, it really is. I didn't realize Slayer was going to be that slow. I just keep getting such bad RNG on my tasks. I really might just start streaming RuneScape from time to time, and if anyone's willing to be a hero and help me blast through some of the tedious tasks, that'd be great. Just like tag all the enemies and get them to half, and I'll finish them to get through it quick. It's so fucking slow. Oh my god, I just didn't realize how bad my RNG would be. I have the perfect block list. My unlocks and extends are perfect, but it's so slow. You doing barrage tasks like neck rails and smoke devils? Yep. I wish they just introduced 10 more block spaces so that way I could just do neck rail and actually I'd just do smoke devils. I think smoke devils are just better. That's the best task in the game for XP. You done every quest? I've done everything in that game except max. I have one skill left and it's Slayer. Thanks for your sub, Genghis Khan. Thanks the resub Tug. Thought Slayer was fun. Yeah, it is, but my RNG's been terrible, so it has not been fun. Getting, like, fucking rune dragons and shit. Like, they're quick, but they're just so boring. And then I get fucking fire giants and hellhounds. Actually, not hellhounds. I blocked those, like, a couple days ago. Fire giants, black demons. Those two are very highly weighted and very long. Avatar game being made this year. I know. He's a prime soap. Do the Hellhounds boss. Shit XP. It's too slow. I'm just trying the max, not trying the farm boss KC. The Avatar game is an MMO, right? No, I don't think so. I'm pretty sure it's an RPG.
So Ubisoft's upcoming Avatar game, which is Avatar Frontiers of Pandora, is unfortunately delayed, and this time it's really bad because it seems like internally inside of Ubisoft, the game is already delayed all the way from March 2023 all the way to 2024's April, which is pretty much like an entire year of waiting for this game, because initially the movie and the game was supposed to be launching together, but now it seems like they've just changed the plans because the game is still not ready to be launched. It is.
That sounds about right. What was the last good Ubisoft game? Siege. I don't know. I'd have to really think. I like Siege. I can't think of any other recent ones. And they just obliterated the game with updates. Sad days. Is Siege not in a good place? I said it wasn't in a good spot like a month ago when it came to the professional scene. I wasn't getting super into the more recent esports stuff around Siege. But I've been really seeing people get upset about the most, promo posts. I don't know why I couldn't think of the word. The most recent promo posts from the Siege Twitter. They literally highlighted a cheater. I didn't know like the updates were terrible or anything though. What have they done? Actually, is there a video on it? This makes Siege fun again. This is just, it changed everything, but they said they haven't played in a while. Thanks the resub Ardent and Seabird. You bouncing your knee? Yeah, I was. Hey Edgar, thanks for the resub, man. They focused way too hard on streamers' point of views. It just started being cry and it gets reworked. Like what? Give me an example so I can look it up. Ranked 2.0.
Hey guys, it's Core Ross and welcome to 6 News. Today we're talking about Rank 2.0. This is the brand new ranking system coming with the next season of Rainbow Six Siege.
What went wrong?
It is launching on December 6th. So let's break down this brand new ranking system. So first of all, there's going to be a total of 8 ranks with 5 divisions within those ranks. There's going to be a new rank called Emerald, which shows up between Platinum and Diamond. And every single player at
That's innovative. I've never seen that before. Between Plat and Diamond, there's going to be Emerald. That's quirky. The standards is Bronze, Silver, Gold, Plat, Diamond. They're really going for some zaniness here. Okay, okay.
The start of the season is going to begin in Copper, and progress upwards towards champion at the end of the season. And of course, the more games you play and win, the higher
Valorant did
and
the same,
faster
though,
you're
did
gonna go
they?
up in the ranks.
No, they don't.
However,
do they?
the rank itself is just there for you to attain. It doesn't actually contribute
been a while
to
since
the
I played. Maybe you're
matchmaking in any way. You'll also get rewards like player cards and alpha packs and stuff like that for progressing through the levels as well. So how does matchmaking work? Does it mean that every single player is going to get lumped together in copper and work their way up? Well, no. There's going to be a hidden MMR behind the scenes, just like you have in casual, that actually has your skill-based matchmaking going on. And of course, that means that the game will try its best to put the worst players against the worst players and the best
Fuck
players
yeah, the way it
against the
should
best
be.
players. And hopefully that means
The
relatively
stinkers fight each
balanced
other.
games will be going on at all skill levels. Of course, we'll see if that ends up actually being the case. Now, previously, when I've done
Take
videos
that.
about Rank 2.0, I have seen people complain that they don't like the idea that copper players or low skill players will be fighting low skill players, and those high skill players will be jumping in and playing high skill players because that they seem like that's unfair. But of course, in both cases, it's balanced games, which means you got to play your best to win, no matter if you're terrible at the game or great at the game. That means that hopefully everyone's going to have a challenge in this new ranked system. This also means that ranked placement matches are gone, because what's going to happen is every single season your rank will reset. So of course you'll progress through, you'll get rewards. At the end of the season the rank resets and you start from copper in the next season. However, your skill-based matchmaking will not reset. It will stay consistent throughout the seasons. And of course, your actual skill-based matchmaking can go down or up based on if you're, performing badly or performing worse. You can probably take advantage of the system.
I don't see the point.
Go through a losing streak to get lower MMR score, and then try to go on a winning streak after that to progress.
I don't get it. I don't understand why these decisions keep getting made. I don't see how that tanks the whole game, but yeah, that is a big headache. Yeah, I don't get it. I don't know what this big move is to reinvent an age-old system that's just been fine for fucking 20 years. Everyone's trying all kinds of weird ways to make it convoluted and miserable. I don't get it. Doesn't make sense. Why not add meaningful shit to the game? I don't know. There must have been some internal reports done on player retention and matchmaking, and it struck the fear of God into every developer, because now everyone's coming up with all kinds of quirky, stupid ways of changing what's been fine for years when it comes to matchmaking systems and the basics. I don't know what happened. He's a gift of AC. Is that the only thing that they've made shitty, though? Because I don't see how that ruins the whole game. Yeah, it makes it worse, but I don't see it ruining the whole game. The Battle Pass characters? Map changes to maps that were fine. New ops locked behind Battle Pass. A lot of high risk, high reward playstyles were eliminated. Yeah, I'll probably just have to look into it more on my own, because I haven't been keeping up super recently. Thanks for some mayonnaise. Have they had any major events recently on the esports side of things? play it. Last time I played it, I went in there and dropped 16. My first game. You think bots are in the game? What? No, my account's old as shit. Pretty sure it was a gold lobby still. Things a bit saints. What do you mean, sure, buddy? It's in the VODs. What do you mean? Thanks to resub artist. And the resub butter. You seen episode 1 of Shark Tank? Well, of course I've watched Shark Tank. I used to love Shark Tank. Thanks, resub Austin. You can't do tactics when they fix all the maps, removing all the walls you can blast through. Sounds cool. Taking out a core component. Interesting. Thanks to the Prime. Barius. How's Amok looking? Just got our first sub 28 from Zach. So it's looking pretty good. Thanks a bit, Darth. The resubs Soliot. Happy New Year, Duck. You should pick up the new Elden Ring build. Or pick up a new Elden Ring build. Yeah, I know they still have the arenas in there. I haven't played those yet. Thanks for the resub, Pig. Am I calling it a night? Yeah, I'm getting kind of tired. Maybe I will. I'm going to do an early stream tomorrow for when Logan Paul releases his investigation on himself. I don't know when he's going to do it, but I have a feeling it's going to be in the afternoon, so it'll likely be an early stream. So yeah, maybe I'll just go to bed kind of early tonight. Get ready for that, because that's going to be quite the ride. Thanks to the resub, Bacon. Alright, everyone, thanks for tuning in. New subs, welcome aboard. Sub means a lot. Thanks for subbing. Enjoy the emotes. I will see you all in the morning. Who's streaming? I'll toss you to another Amok Runner. Let's see who's still going. I've tossed you to Ouija. I've tossed you to Zach. Here, I'll toss you to Trey. Alright, thanks again. See you tomorrow. Oh, that didn't work. Oh, yeah, it did. There we go.